Topic number two. Let's do round two losers.
My first one is going to be the Milwaukee Bucks. I just teased it. The reason I say this has nothing to do with the pick. Can you say his name for me?
Bogolyub Markovic.
Him. It has nothing to do with him. I actually think he's pretty good. It has everything to do with the report that came out that Giannis was monitoring what the Bucks do in the draft and what the Bucks do in free agency. And respectfully, if that's the case, y'all lost. And there was no one y'all could pick at 47 that was going to change. Well, maybe Proctor. But like outside of Proctor, there was no one you could really pick at 47 that's going to change my mind. If Giannis is making his decision off a draft where you only have the 47th pick, brother, he gone, and there's no pick you can make at 47 that's going to make up for losing Giannis.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a fair critique to have. For me, this might not be popular. It's probably actually always popular to hate on the Hornets. I just think there were better moves you could have made at the top of the second round than Sion James and Ryan Kalkbrenner. Like if you're going for a wing, I would take a Duthiero there over James, who went a few picks later to the Lakers because of the athleticism, because of the youth, because of the upside. I would probably take Elijah Martin over Sion if you want someone. We mentioned this in the Sion reaction video, someone who helps the seriousness in the culture of your franchise. And I like Sion. I think Sion has a chance to play a long time in the NBA, and his role is very projectable. I just have concerns about some of the athleticism transferring over. Whereas I just think someone like Elijah Martin, even if he is that same connector piece who can handle, who's going to play really good defense, who's going to be a pest specifically at the point of attack, I think he's a little more versatile offensively, and I don't think many people would argue that. With Kalkbrenner, I'm trying to think if there, I guess like I don't hate that pick, but like, is there that much of a difference between Kalkbrenner and Vlad Golden who went undrafted? Like maybe take someone like a Jameer Watkins type, even Rayno. I would have taken Rayno over Ryan Kalkbrenner. I would have taken Kobe Bray over Kalkbrenner and just tried to get one of those bigs as an undrafted free agent.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm about to surprise some people with my next loser. I think it's the Warriors. They traded. I get yeah, they traded out of 41 to get two second round picks. To take two dudes. One of them I don't think is actually going to play in the NBA next year, and Alex Tui. And then it's Will Richard. If you're going to do that and you're only going to leave with one player, then in my opinion, I think you just stick at 41 and you take the better player that's available, right? So
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Will Richard guy. From what I've been reading on Twitter, and granted, Riley and I have been recording this whole time, so I'll probably do a deeper dive into it later. But they kind of view him as the GP2 replacement. I think Gary Payton Jr. is coming back, by the way. So, like, I guess you're going to replace a guy that's going to be on the roster, which leads me to believe you're probably going to get a two-way too. So, like, I think they wound up leaving with no guys ultimately. So, I don't know. I wasn't really impressed with their draft, and I have no idea what like they're planning to do.
This video is brought to you by NBA 2KLab.com. 2K Lab worked with us last summer as well. They're one of our favorite entities in all of sports gaming. We want to show you their college basketball stadium locator challenge game. And I'm going to share a screen right now as we do this. South Carolina, bang. Oh,
Ooh,
okay, that's pretty good. Next, North Carolina. Why are we only getting the Carolinas?
please
Bang.
lock in.
St. John's, that's New
New
York.
York.
Bang.
Where's New Jersey?
We're on fire. Colorado. I actually don't know what state Colorado is.
It's in Colorado. There's a state of
Is that
Colorado.
this one?
It's to the right of Phoenix.
Anyway, you get the picture. This game's really fun. They've got more games as well, like Guess the NBA Player, Mystery Fantasy Draft, and more. Stay tuned for all of the college football content and games that they'll be putting together to help you get the best experience out of college football 26. Back to the video.
Yeah, yeah. I'll continue and say I will consider Memphis a loser. They had two second round picks. One of them was the 59th pick. They took Jemai Mashak, which maybe that was the best they could do because they made 10 other calls and they all said, no, my agent wants me to go and draft it so I can pick my location. Mashak to me is not an NBA player, definitely not a draft pick. Fun player, energy guy, great defender, heart and soul type guy for Tennessee this past year. Not really someone I think should stick on an NBA roster. Javon Small was someone I really soured on throughout the draft process despite his production. I think he thrived on a lot of tough shots that I don't think will go in at the next level. And he's a lot smaller than I thought he was. And there are some clips of him knocking down like 40 jumpers in a row in an open gym at a draft workout. There's no defender on him. I like the jump shot still needs a little bit of work. And like if you're looking to get back into contention with Ja and Jaren Jackson Jr. still as your cornerstones and the different moves you've made, I like one pick later with Tyrese Proctor. I think he's more ready
Yeah.
to play a role on a winning team than Small is.
Yeah, I completely agree. I also think the that Proctor's going to be playing winning roles on teams for quite a while now. My last loser, and I'm not trying to be too harsh, but it's Philly. I like Janai Broom. I like what Broom brings to the table. Adu Thiero makes a ton of more sense at the NBA level, and for him to go the next pick is like I wouldn't have them as a loser if Adu went before Janai, but just because Adu went one pick after Janai, it's hard for me not to have the Sixers as a loser here.
Yeah, my only pushback to that would be like a Duthiero might literally just be Ricky Council, and you already have that. But
He stinks though. Like
so you might get good Ricky Council. Let's say that.
yeah, I think you cut cut bait with Ricky Council and roll the dice with another Ricky Council and just hope it sticks different than the first one.
My last one, I'm gonna go with the Pacers because they drafted Talon Peter, a dude I have literally never heard of, and I've looked at. He played at Liberty. I saw Liv next to his name. I thought he was from Liberia. Um, he played a D2 Arkansas Tech before this last year at Liberty. What are we doing here? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't doubt him since they just got to the finals, but I feel like I've seen so many mock drafts and done so many of these scouting reports and picked y'all's brains and have never once heard anybody mention quote unquote what's his name? Talon Peter to where I'm like, you got to be a loser for me for that one.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I also my only argument was gonna be like if he was from Liberia, like maybe he won't play this year,
Yeah.
and like maybe that was their only goal.
I'm about to do a deep dive on Liberian basketball after this to see if this was even in the realm of possibilities.